All right, guys, if you're ready to turn your passion and expertise into a profitable coaching business, I'm about to give you the exact 15-step blueprint that takes coaches from zero to a consistent 6 figures and beyond. You've seen coaching businesses exploding everywhere. Listen, this is $1 billion a day business in the industry right now. And you know that you have a valuable knowledge, skill set, and expertise that could transform people's lives. So now it's time to turn that into a real business. I'm talking to those of you who are already coaching people on what you do best, who want to make a real impact while building a financial freedom. Listen, it's heaven on earth when you get to help people, but also make money. But maybe you're the person that you don't know where to start or how to structure the business that actually works. If that's you, then this is going to be the most important video of your life. Okay guys, I'm gonna walk you through the complete roadmap that takes you from having an idea to building a 6-figure a month coaching business. We'll cover how to identify your $1 million skill set. Everybody has one. The exact client acquisition system to go out there and get clients and fill your calendar up with premium prospects, and the scaling strategies that let you serve hundreds of clients without burning out. This isn't theory. This is the exact progression I've seen working with thousands of coaches who have built sustainable, profitable businesses from scratch. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear action plan. You'll be totally clear on what you can start implementing to change your business today. My name is Ian Macklin. I'm co-president, co-founder of the Elliott Group, the #1 sales and personal development training company in the world. We built this business into one of the biggest coaching companies in the world, a multiple 7-figure a month coaching company. And today, what I'm about to share with you is the exact progression we've seen when working with thousands of coaches who've started exactly right where you are right now, with the expertise, the passion, the desire to help others, but just no real clear roadmap to turn that into a business. This isn't just about making money. This is about changing lives. This is about helping somebody get unstuck with a problem and a skill set that you know you can help them with. This is about freedom. Freedom for you, freedom for them. This is about impact. This is about legacy. This is about when your light clicks off, you've done something amazing in the world and you've transformed lives. That's what this is about. Yes, you're gonna make money. It's heaven on earth to have a job that you love to do every single day. And if you have a calling on your heart, you are called to do this coaching thing, you are called to do it, then let's go do it big. Let's live boldly. Let me show you how to do it. Okay, step number 1. You got to get clear on your strengths. So I want you to write this down, okay? Step 1, get clear on your strengths and skills. This is your foundation. And most new coaches skip this step and wonder why they struggle to attract clients. Here's what you need to know to identify your area of expertise by examining 3 things about yourself. Number 1, your background. Number 2, your natural abilities. And number 3, what others consistently come to you for advice about. This is your zone of genius. You need to align your skills with something you're passionate about. But here's the key. Look for market opportunities where you can serve others with your unique combination of experience and passion. Don't just pick something because you think it'll make money. Pick something where you have natural advantage, real experience, and genuine passion. That's probably the most important part. This is your foundation. Everything else builds on this, so you must get this right. Step 2, keep getting better at what you do. This separates successful coaches from those who plateau early. The 20% rule. Here's the 20% rule. Allocate 20% of your time to developing mastery in your field. Mastery is 10,000 hours. Whatever your field is, you must become a master at it. That means if you're working 40 hours a week, 8 hours should be spent on your own personal development in that zone of genius. Continue studying, continue learning, continue growing, even after launching your business. I see so many people start their business, they get good at it, they get traction, and then their clients outgrow them. What's that worth? That's worth nothing. They're just gonna leave you. Your job as this business is you are the brand, you are the product, you are the investment. So for you, is your stock going up or is your stock going down? Your stock must always go up if you're in this coaching world. You are now signing up for a full-time job in personal development. Don't stop investing in your own development. Every coach needs a coach. You can't ask people to spend money on something if you're not ready to spend money on your own self. This is what separates successful coaches from the ones who plateau at 5 and 10K months. They never really grow. You can't give what you don't have. If you stop growing, your clients, they're going to stop growing and they're not going to get results either. So your business will stop growing and it will die based on your own personal growth. So don't be this person that gets into this arena and then they just, you look up and you got the same skill sets, you speak the same year after year after year. There was a guy that I used to follow and I really loved learning from him. The problem is he just stayed the same. And so it's the same stuff year after year after year after year after year. You got to have new stuff. Are you going to repeat a lot of the old stuff? Sure. Listen, your clients are going to need to learn the same thing over and over and over again, but they must see you grow. They must see your relationships grow. They must see your business grow. Shoot, I'm standing in our building right now. We've got 2 new buildings going up. What does that do for us? We're growing. People see we're growing. People want to be a part of a bigger vision. If your vision for your business is small, your clients are only going to be around you for a small amount of time, and they're only going to spend a small amount of money. You've got to enroll them in a big vision also because you've got a big vision of yourself and your coaching program. Early on, we used to tell people, man, we're the #1 sales training company in the world. And we believed it, okay? But honestly, we were in a little 700 square foot, facility, just the 4 of us. And you know what? Necessarily we weren't, but our future truth was we were going to be, and we are today. So you're going to have to think big. When we would tell our clients where we're going, they were buying into our vision. When you're a leader, you're getting people to buy into your vision. And that's what our clients were doing with us. They're like, I know where these guys are going. I know where my coach is going. My coach thinks big, so I'm going to go play big with him. Problem is most coaches, they're just trying to get by. They're just trying to hit the survival phase. I want to get you to that thriving phase where your vision is so big, it's happening for you, that your clients can see that vision too, and they want nothing more than to be around you and your vision and go on this mission with you. And when you create that, that's when you create greatness in your program. Step number 3, get clear on who you serve. Guys, this is super important. I hope you're taking notes. Vague targeting leads to vague results. So if you don't know who you're going after, then you're never really going to find them. Define your ideal client precisely. Often your ideal client is a version of who you are or who you were. Let me explain. When we started out and we were selling to salespeople, I was a really good salesperson. I broke records all around the world. I was really known for it, but I knew that I could help this guy that was stuck at this certain level of income. I knew I had a skill set that if this person knew, which was millions of people that I could identify, could learn what I knew, my gosh, who could they be? Now, as a business, as I've grown, I now know in having a team of 80 that I directly have under me, I now know what leaders are dealing with every day that have teams my size, teams that have revenue around the same business as mine. So I naturally know where they're going to get stuck. When I walk into any coaching business in the world, I can identify all the problems that they have. You know why? Because I have to deal with marketing, admin, compliance, this, salespeople, scripts, all of these different things, all of these different terminologies, all of these different departments. So if I'm talking to a coaching business founder, owner, leader, executive, whoever they are, it's very easy for me to walk in and see the struggles before they even do. It's very easy for me to connect with them because I have natural empathy through the struggles that they're currently going through. So it could be you today, and as that person grows, you might grow your ideal prospect. Your ideal prospect might go from like salespeople to business owners to something else, but early on, find that person that you really truly relate with, that you know that you can get results in. And this is the most important thing. Don't teach them things that you didn't do. Teach them things that you currently are doing or that you did in the past. When I'm speaking to salespeople, I have such a belief and such a conviction because I sat through all of their problems. I know what those problems feel like. When I'm talking to a founder or a leader, an executive of a coaching or consulting firm, I know exactly what they're dealing with every single day, so I'm actually able to help them. And a lot of gurus, coaches out there, they're speaking to things that they've never even done, and people can tell that they're bullshit. They may make some money for a little while, but they're typically out of business pretty quick. So solve a direct problem, because when you do, what happens is that person becomes a fan of yours and they go out and tell the world about you. But if you don't get them real results, they're not going to be with you for that long. Okay, guys, and then there's the money factor. It's a business. Now, if you are targeting people that just have a lot of financial distress, it's like the guy that's never been in sales and you're trying to help him get into sales, I'll be honest with you, there's not a lot of money in that. But you know what? We built a brand off of helping a lot of broke people. We had a product that was $1, and when you were getting into sales, we'd help anybody, and it was $1. That part wasn't, we weren't in it for making money. That was more of, we knew if we could help these people actually get into sales and do great, it was like planting little apple trees. And those apple trees would eventually grow, but they weren't money today. Now, many of those clients are some of our biggest clients. Some of them have become millionaires, and it's crazy what they've been able to do. But we started with this ideal client of salespeople and then people that were getting into sales. People that were getting into sales weren't necessarily your ideal client because they naturally couldn't afford stuff. Our ideal client that was our paying client was a person that was in sales for a couple of years and they hit a plateau at about $10,000 to $15,000 of income. That way we knew that they were qualified to buy our offer. We knew we were qualified to help them with their problem, and naturally it was a good fit. When you know exactly who you serve, your message becomes more laser focused. Your content resonates a whole lot deeper, and your sales conversations become just a whole lot easier because you're speaking directly to a specific situation, and that's the goal because that's when somebody's gonna reach out. Step 4, dial in your business. Dial in the foundations of your business. This is where most coaches rush and end up confused and inconsistent. Spend 1 to 2 weeks getting crystal clear on 4 things. Your messaging, your enrollment script. Enrollment script means like when they're coming in, how you're gonna roll them into your product. Your offer structure. What products are you gonna offer? Low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket? What is it? And your proprietary methodology, what you're gonna teach them. Define your offer clearly. What's the structure? What's the duration? What's the price? Don't wing this. Have clear framework that you can explain in 30 seconds to anybody in the world. Here's the formula. Clarity equals confidence, and confidence equals clients. Let me explain. If your offer is dialed in, if you know who you're talking to, if when they get on the phone, you have a good enrollment process that speaks to a specific problem, it's gonna equal clarity in the prospect's mind. It's gonna equal confidence in the prospect's mind, and it also does the same for you. It equals clarity in your mind. You're not confused. You know what you're selling, you know what your script is, you know what your foundation is, and when all of those things are in line, it equals happy clients, which equals a growing business. Step 5, become a walking weapon of enrollment. This mindset shift changes everything, and most people, they don't know how to do it. Know that you can enroll anyone, anytime, any place. Shoot, I was just at the gas station. I was walking by and this guy's like, man, don't you do sales training? I feel like I've seen you online before. I started talking to him. I started telling him a little bit about what we do. He started telling me a little bit about what his problem was. There's a video that I talk about the steps to making 100,000 in sales. You can go back to that sales process and review that video. It's popping up now. It's amazing. But basically what he told me was his desires. And when somebody tells you their desires, ultimately, if you have a good product that handles those desires, well, it's super easy. You can solve that desire and that will become your client. Well, pretty easy. I'm like, well, I've got something that solves that exact problem you have and it will help you get your desired outcome. It's pretty simple. Here's how it is. Here's how it goes. I'm not being pushy about it. I just said exactly what it had. I had confidence in my ability to help him. You have to have confidence in your ability to help people. If you don't, you've got to become a salesperson. You've got to become a confident person. You've got to be able to sell your ability to help people in these conversations. Well, naturally, he said yes. He said, well, why don't you give me a call later and I'll sign up? And I said, why would I call you later? We can handle this now. You're going to gain momentum by doing this now and knowing that you're moving towards this problem. How long have you had this problem? Well, I've had it for 6 months. Dude, 6 months is an eternity of time. You haven't solved it in 6 months, probably because you sit on the fence and then you overthink it, and you probably have had some other chances to solve this problem. Am I right? He's like, yeah, I do overthink things. I'm like, then let's not overthink this. Let's do this right now. Become a closer, okay? You don't have to become a high pressure closer. You can become a relational closer. As long as you know the desires that somebody has, you can use those to close them. And as long as you know how people think and how people stall, how people get scared, then it's easy to advance people forward by just installing some confidence in them. But you can't give them which you don't have. So you must have that. And this is one of the biggest things, your strategy of networking. Research where your clients connect and where they go. Listen, there's a lot of places I go where my ideal prospects are at. Matter of fact, I just left the Patrick Bet-David Business Conference. I spent $28,000 to go to that conference, to go CEO ticket with my brother. And our whole team went down there. And one of the reasons why we go is because there's learning, but there's also 10,000 people that are interested in personal development, growing their coaching businesses. I talked to 15 people that are on my calendar that want to build their coaching businesses. And I like helping people build their coaching businesses and sales teams. That's what I do. I had a meeting get confirmed right when I was at a dinner with a guy that did $1 billion in revenue last year. He's got 10,000 salespeople, and he's got a lot of culture problems, a lot of management problems, a lot of issues, and they're all things that your boy can solve. But if I'm not putting myself in those networking scenarios, if I'm not putting myself where ideal prospects go, then I never get to have those conversations. Think about it. I have scheduled on my schedule this next week to go down to Tampa to a roofing conference. Why? Because we serve teams in the blue collar industry. We build sales teams. So I'm going down there. While I'm down there, I'm heading over to a client that's having a dinner for local entrepreneurs. Now, I don't know if all those are my ideal clients, but they're entrepreneurs building businesses, building sales teams. So am I going to go 45 minutes away to have dinner with 50 people? And they're mostly high net worth individuals. You got to qualify to get in. I'm the only one that's just coming as a guest. Okay, so hopefully I qualify. But I know that if I can get in those interactions with people around networking events, around different parties that are my ideal clients, then I have a chance to talk to people. And when you talk to people, that's when money gets exchanged hands. When you can find out people's problems, and also when you can shake their hands. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. Step 6, focus on one-to-one enrollment. Now listen, before you make a digital product or a community, I can help you with all of those things, okay? But first, in order to get the most lift in your business, you're gonna have to coach one-on-one, okay? I'm gonna teach you really quick how to identify problems in a customer that you can coach one-on-one. Most coaches, a lot of coaches are coaching to people and they can't really handle their problems. So step 1, don't be a piece of crap. If you know that you can handle somebody's problem, then handle it. If you can't, then don't. Identify what they're looking for, what their issues are, what's really holding them back. Identify how much time that's going to take you to handle. Is that in person? Is that virtual? What are the steps you're going to walk them through? Design it fully out so that your client has no confusion on what it is and you have no confusion on what it is. You could take them through a 6-week program, 2 days a week, 1 hour each day. You could take them through 1 call a week. You could take them through 1 call a month. Whatever it is to you, all I want you to do is know that you can handle this person's problem in a certain amount of time, okay? That's a one-on-one coaching session before you build a digital product. When you do this, if you do a good job at this, I want you to know this. Those are your VIP clients. Those are the men and the women that are gonna go out there and refer you to people. So you must do a good job with these original people. Also, right now, you're able to spend a little bit more time than you're gonna be able to spend with these people in the future. So the better job you do with these people, when you have big seminars like this, I can look back at some of my top clients and be like, man, remember when you came to my house the first time 3-4 years ago? Can you remember that? And they're like, oh my God, you changed my life. Now you've grown. And they're gonna continue to grow with you. But build those strong relationships, because those strong relationships, those are referral networks for you. So take really good care of these clients one-on-one initially. Okay, step number 7, build a presentation. Build a powerful presentation. Make it look really good. This is your scaling tool, okay? It must start with the customer's problem. And while you're doing a presentation, your goal is not to just fire a presentation up, jump on a presentation and go through a slide deck. That's never gonna work. For you, you always want to set a correct expectation on a call. And here's what that looks like. Hey, within the next 5 minutes, I want to go through something with you and just understand where you're at, what types of problems that you have, and if it's even something that we can handle. And then after that, I'll spend 5 minutes going over a strategy with you just to give you some free value and just to kind of let you know what it is that we do. And then after that, if we really feel like this can solve your problem, then I will make you an offer at the end of the call that will solve your problem if we find together that it can solve your problem. Does that sound fair? Give them a roadmap as you're starting out your sales process. It's like typing in a GPS. I don't just tell you, hey, I'm in Arizona, go walk to New York, and then you just go walk to New York. I'm like, hey, here's $1 million, Jonan, if you walk to New York right now. And you're like, okay, you think about the million, but you're like, I don't even know how to get there. No, what if I'm like, all right, Jonan, here's a GPS, here's $1 million, here's where you're gonna go, here's how you're gonna drive, go to New York. Your brain understands that. And you're like, okay, cool. I'm gonna jump in my car. I'm gonna go get this million. And you can go down that path. So as you create this big, beautiful presentation that talks about who you don't want to serve, and it can say that in there. Hey, this is not for this type of person. This is for this type of person. This is exactly what we offer. This is exactly how it's going to look. This is exactly what our methodology is, and this is the types of people who get these types of results. Here's some of our clients that have gotten results that you can look at. You can see their story that's similar to yours in their journey with us, okay? Have that mapped out so that they can follow it, but then also don't make it just about the presentation and the sales process. Because I've seen a lot of people that got a beautiful slide deck and no sales, okay? You need to have a beautiful slide deck that educates your customer. It tells them about your offer, it inspires them, and all of those good things. But just make sure that you have a dialed in sales process. If your content is valuable, if it positions you as the expert, if it positions you as the solution, and it all makes sense to them, and we're solving a specific problem, then they'll say yes. But you must know their problem in order for money to get exchanged hands. Step number 8, pursue speaking opportunities. Now this is really big because this is where you really start scaling your reach. Start with free opportunities. Actively seek places to deliver your presentations wherever you can go, wherever you can get around people that have an environment that your potential clients could be gathering around. It's also going to allow you to become a better speaker. It's also going to allow you to become a better networker. You can go to local groups, online summits, podcasts. You can volunteer your services, get yourself out there and start speaking. Once you prove the model works, then people will invest in you to come speak. But that's where you can also build content. People can see you speaking. They can want you at their conferences. They're seeing your content. They're seeing you grow. And that's when people are going to invest in you to come out and speak. Speaking allows you to get in front of dozens, even hundreds, even thousands of potential clients all at once. It positions you as the authority and creates multiple enrollment opportunities from one presentation. I'll never forget, one of our biggest speaking opportunities, we had done all these ones for 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, all of these little local events. And then we got invited to speak because somebody saw a YouTube video. Wherever you go, use it as marketing. Bring a social media team with you. Somebody recording on an iPhone. And we recorded this one event that had 1,000 people. It's our biggest event. Listen, we had never spoke to 1,000 people. We were speaking to 20, 30, 40, 50 people, just getting going. And somebody saw us speak to those 50 people and they wanted us to speak to their event with 1,000 people. When we spoke there, we dropped an offer and we said, hey, if you want to do business with us, reach out. We had almost the entire crowd reach out and buy something from us. It was one of our biggest days that we had ever had, a multiple six-figure day, and we had never had something like that before. In fact, my first huge speaking gig myself without like the Elliott group with me was to 5,000 people. And I'm like, I didn't even eat for like 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so nervous, man. There's so many people here. What am I going to tell all these people? Oh my gosh, I'm freaking nervous. Imposter syndrome starts to set in. Guys, I got to tell you something about imposter syndrome. Every coach has it, okay? You'll start to kill it with the more action that you take. I was so nervous up into that thing. My mom's in the front row. My wife's in the front row. My kids are in the front row. There's 5,000 people out here. Oh my God, my energy's low because I really haven't eaten in 2 days because I'm like really freaking, I'm really scared to death. And I get up there, kill the presentation, have a lot of fun. I'm running wild. The light clicked on. I was prepared. I crushed it. I killed it. And I had thousands of people reach out. Also, John Maxwell was up next, so I got to open up for him. That was a dream of mine to be able to do something like that. Well, how did I get that relationship? From networking, from making friends, from speaking at all these small conferences. As I'm walking out to my car, I kind of blacked out during this speaking session, and I don't really know if I did that good or not. My brother, we did it together. So I'm like, did we do good? And he's like, I don't know, I don't even remember what we said. And we're walking to the car, and they had security. I'm like, I don't need security, man. Nobody knows us at the time. And it's not like it is now. And they're like, no, there's people going crazy out there for you guys. I'm like, what? My mom's with me, and we walk out there, and there's John Maxwell that has a line for people to take a picture with him, and there's me and my brother. And honestly, there was a line out the door for me and my brother. We couldn't believe it. And John's like, he's making jokes. You got more people than I got. And that kind of felt good. And we're standing there. But the person who had more people than I had was my mom. On stage, I talked a lot about my mom. I talked a lot about her struggles. I talked a lot about her being a single mother. Talked a lot about her being in the military, you know, suffering a severe accident that almost left her handicapped, raising, you know, multiple kids all by herself. All the things that I learned from my mom over all of these years. She was my greatest coach ever, still to this day. And I made a lot of moms in the crowd cry. There was a lot of women coaches. It was a health coaching company, and a lot of them were just crying. So they all wanted to talk to my mom about how she raised these sons. That's the greatest thing that you could ever do for your mom, for your parents, for anybody, is just step out and be who you know you have to be. And you're gonna have to chase pressure. You're gonna have to chase uncomfortable moments. You're gonna have to chase that growth, because really the growth that you're looking for in your speaking is in the things you don't want to do. So maybe you start at like a Toastmasters. I've sent a ton of our sales guys that are speakers and coaches to Toastmasters, because that's where I learned a lot of the speaking skills, just to get up in front of people and have to present on something. So get out there, make the relationships, and if it scares you, do it. Because on the other end of that, it was thousands of clients, it was a lot of impact, and more importantly than all the people that reached out, tons of them are in our program today, it was the feeling of seeing my mom watch me step into that person that I knew I could be. And that's what you want. Okay guys, step number 9, you're gonna scale with group coaching. What does that mean? You can only sell so much one-to-one coaching. Like, you can only sell so much of it. You're gonna get to a point where you feel like you just got a whole nother freaking job, and that's not what you want. But early on, we want you to start making money. We want you to see that it works. We want you to get clients. We want you to start getting going. And you gotta get in the method of selling, because if you don't get in the method of selling, you're never gonna have a program. So it is okay early on to start a one-to-one program, but quickly you're gonna wanna transition into group coaching. Why? Because you're gonna wanna create a community. People love community. They love to be around a community. There's a lot of apps that you can create that on, from WAP to School to Go High Level to even just Zoom, where people can talk, okay? What you need to do is you need to increase your one-to-one pricing to a premium level pricing. So you're only servicing so many clients. Let me give you an example. Let's say I started off charging $5,000 for the month of the one-to-one coaching, whatever it is. I'm just using that for an example. I might need to go to 25 grand, because if I go to 25 grand, instead of serving 5 clients, I can only serve 1 client. That gives me a lot of my time back. That gives me a premium pricing. I might have to do a little bit more work for that 1 client, but that's a whole lot less work to do than to carry 5 clients on my one-to-one program. And while I'm doing that, what I'm gonna go over here and do is create a reoccurring business, reoccurring group model, to where I can have reoccurring revenue coming in. And that is the most important revenue that you can create. But you got to do that in a group setting, and then people can earn themselves into different packages that we're going to go over. Don't geek out on it too much, but like, let's say they can earn themselves into a seminar that you're doing, a mastermind that you're doing, a boot camp that you're doing. They can earn themselves into a lot of different ways, but most people are going to start in that group coaching. They're going to get to experience you, and then they're going to start moving up the product line depending on how good you are. All right, guys, step 10. This is a big one. This is your scalability. This is your breakthrough. This is your growth. Now listen, this is where you're going to create a digital course. Step 10, create a digital course. Guys, I remember we were putting YouTube videos out every day for months. We didn't even really know how to make an offer. We didn't even really know what we were doing. We were doing a lot of free coaching, and we just had good hearts. We just wanted to help people. And it was a lot of fun, I'll tell you. But we started to transform into a business. We got the one-on-one coaching. We started doing some of that. And then what happened was we saw a course that talked about creating your digital course, your scalability. We bought that course. We created our first digital course. Now, I just want to walk you through a story. We had about 10,000 YouTube subscribers. We didn't have social media on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, but we had been giving these people value. We had a small sales team, 4 guys, okay? So we didn't have a whole lot going on, but we were having a lot of fun. We were making impact, and we put this course out, and it was called 0 to 100K. It was $299. We ran a little bit of marketing behind it, had a funnel behind it. We dropped it at like 5 o'clock during the day. We started putting it on social media, on YouTube, going live with YouTube, telling people that we had it and all these things, because we created value in advance. And that's how I've always treated my customers. Let me give you value and let me show you the way. When you give something to somebody before they even ask, it's called reciprocity. You're sowing that seed into them before you're even asking for something. We did that so well on YouTube. When we created our digital course, it blew our mind. Went to sleep, woke up, the course had 150K. Like, it had put up 150K in revenue. I'm looking at Stripe, I'm like, it's gotta be an error. It's got to be an error. Like, what happened, right? It changed our business. We started developing more courses from there. We started seeing people's problems. All these steps that I'm telling you, we've just done. Started seeing more people's problems, what they were reaching out for, started designing courses on their problems, getting feedback, refining the courses, making them even better. People are growing. That 0 to 100K transformed the entire automotive industry. Hundreds of thousands of automotive sales pros took that course, and we called it 0 to 100K because it was the fast track to making, $10,000 in the automotive space, which was our first industry. We went niche to automotive, and then we started going wide as our business got bigger. That's what you want to do early on. Go niche, then you can go wide. And that course blew up. It set the precedent for our company. It set the precedent for scalability. We started seeing that we could run marketing to that digital asset, and we didn't need a sales team to necessarily sell that. The company could put up its own money aside from the sales team. And that's when you really start having a business, is when you're making money when you're sleeping. When you start having a community, like we talked about, you start having group coaching, you start having reoccurring money coming in, and you're not just chasing all the new customers, which the point of a business is to add new customers, but it's also to service your current customers. And if your current customers can be on a reoccurring revenue stream, it's great for you, it's great for them, they're gonna keep learning, and if you have a great product and you're always leveling up, then they'll stay with you. This was the advantage to us. We did all of these things the right way, and it helped us blow our brand up. But don't create a course before you've delivered that content live. Really refine that content, know what it's gonna be, study that demographic, get some feedback from your live calls, and when you have all of that, create a badass course. Get it out there, man. Now, when I look back at our first digital courses, they're embarrassing. They're just like, I'm like, oh my gosh, the way that we talk. Like, I remember we were editing them. We didn't even want to put them out because we're like, man, these aren't that good. Those courses were still some of our most popular content. So just get it out there. Don't judge yourself too much. Who you're going to become as a speaker as you go through this journey of creating your courses, putting them out there, watching yourself speak, your Zoom calls, getting your YouTube videos out there. Who you're going to become at the end of it, gosh, it's going to be amazing. And people, the number one thing that when they call in and they are buying something from us, they say is, I saw Andy's transformation. I saw your transformation. And when they see that, they're also buying that transformation because they know that if you went from here to there and they've been on that journey with you, they're like, man, this guy's amazing. So don't be scared to put it out there, even if you know that you're going to be better in 2 to 3 months. Most coaches, they just wait. They're trying to perfect everything. They're trying to dial in everything. The best coaches, they move with speed. They get it out there. They get market feedback. They do their best. They get evidence, and then they react and they keep going. So make sure you follow that. Step number 11, sell courses from stage. I talked about this a little bit before, but when I was up on that stage of those thousands of people and I made an offer, I couldn't believe that so many people said yes. You're gonna wanna have these digital assets so that when you do get to a stage, you also have something that people can buy from you. It's more efficient. It allows you to serve more people. That digital asset is critical, but also having an offer when you're on a stage, even if it's with 10 people or 20 people or 30 people or somebody you see in a gas station, you can send it to them, they can click to buy, and they can come back to you. And especially when you're in front of a big group, you're not going to be able to talk to every single one of those people. You're going to say, hey, here's my website. Here's what I do. Listen, if you like the communication course, it's right here. It's $2.99. Let's go. You could offer some free consultations only for course buyers. Hey guys, anybody in the crowd right now that signs up on my communication course, I'm going to offer you a free consultation with me, myself, and I, okay? These are better qualified prospects who have invested and shown commitment, so it's great to give them a little bit more. It's great to say that from stage. Hey, I'm going to take 10 people only, that if they're going to do this, then I'm going to do it with them and I'm going to give them X, Y, Z. Okay? That could be just a little simple pitch when you're out in the public speaking, at somebody's stage. You got to make sure it's etiquette in the speaking industry to ask if you can do that. And if you can, cool. Now, I'm not talking about all the dialed in offers from stage. I've got ways that you can sell from stage and put up multiple 6 figures like we have from stage. I'm just talking about a simple mention and having it ready so people can buy. It's good to have on you. It's good to have with you, whether you're in the gas station like I was earlier, somebody can close up, buy something right there and move through it. All right, step number 12, build online marketing. Super important, okay? When you're a new coach, you're gonna have to build marketing if you don't have organic. Now, a lot of people have organic. We built our organic first. That means we had YouTube, we had Instagram, we had Facebook going. We had a lot of ways that we were generating hundreds of leads a day. Most businesses don't get hundreds of leads a day. That's why we've been able to do what most businesses can't, because we did create our organic social media first. Now, you don't have to necessarily do that. I'm going to give you a couple ways to think about it. We didn't even understand advertising or marketing. So we understood YouTube, social media. We started putting that stuff out there and building a community, building connection. And when we did, we already got leads. And the organic leads, they're going to close at 30-40% higher because they're going to watch your content and they're already sold. Your job is not to be a sales prevention expert. That means they reach out and you prevent them from buying. I see a lot of those, okay? Your job is to be a professional. They reach out. It's an organic lead. You've earned that lead. Blood, sweat, tears. When we first got our organic leads, it was me, Evan, Andy, and another guy. And what the app did was it would drop it in the middle, and basically whoever went and grabbed that lead got to work it. So we were only getting 2, 3, 4 leads a day with a couple thousand followers, but we were still putting up money every day, impact every day, and figuring it out every day. But we'd be sleeping next to our phones. We'd hear that beep of a lead. We'd go in there and try to get it, because those organic leads were so special. They've watched something, they believe in you, they want to do something with you. So just service them right, okay? Now we get hundreds of them a day, and I'm always telling my guys, you know how hard we worked to get these phones to ring with all these good people. Take it seriously. Really, truly treat these people amazing. Take good care of them. But on the marketing side, you've got to learn how to build marketing. Now, if you're a new coach and you don't have any organic, you've got to probably build marketing out the gate while you build your organic, because you've got to get leads right away. Okay, so if you're a new coach, you're going to have to go establish like a little bit of a marketing budget, 2, 3, 4, 5 grand, whatever it is a month. As long as you have an offer, as long as you have something to sell that is dialed in and the offer is tailored to whoever the ad is, their problem, when they reach out and you have paid advertising, you're not out 5 grand. You might spend 5 grand to go make 50 grand. Okay, then you're going to know what your ROAS is. And once you know what that is on these certain ads, and you find one really good ad, like we got an ad right now that's doing 16 times ROAS. Well, we're going to feed that ad a ton of money, because if we put in, say, if we take this one ad that right now is doing 16 times ROAS and we put in 50,000, we're going to get 800,000 back. It's a predictable model. It's been happening. So that ROAS number, you're going to have to know what that is, but you're going to have good ads. And if you're not an ads person, I mean, maybe you do them by yourself and you get a course and you figure it out, or maybe you just go hire somebody. When you're a brand new coach, your goal is to just get momentum, get the leads in the door, and then be able to close. And as long as you can close and get the leads in the door, then you can start putting more pieces together of the puzzle. Always be building your organic. Always be growing that organic. But if you need to up front to get your business started because you don't have leads, then you're going to have to do it that way. The only other way to do it, to acquire leads, is to get into your local community, get into your local groups, get on Facebook, be telling everybody what you do, reach out to your friends and family. So you got that organic side, you got the friends and family side, you got the referral side, and you got that marketing side. You can start with the marketing and it'll fast forward your business if you don't have an organic brand. Step number 13, you're going to have to build your team. This is where you transition from a solopreneur to a business owner. When Andy started this business, it was just him and Jackie doing everything. Jackie did the back end. She was the business manager. You're going to need one of those right away. That person's going to handle the CRMs, the payments, all the technical stuff. This person is a tech person. They're going to know the CRM. They're going to know these things. And they're going to learn this skill. You can also train people. Jackie didn't know any of this stuff and she learned it. So you got your online business manager. That's one that you have to hire right away, okay? The next is a salesperson, okay? That's the next one that you want to hire. Once you've mastered the sales process, you want to hire a salesperson because that's your core team. And once you have those people, it's going to free up your time. I would say if you're starting to get busy, there's a lot of value in hiring like an executive assistant, somebody who's scheduling your meetings, following up with your clients. Man, I can't tell you, but buying my time back with her doing a lot of the different things that I just don't have the time to do has been tremendous for me. But the best hires that we've had are on that administrative side, like getting that administrative side started, okay? And you're gonna have a lot more under there. We probably have 15 people on our administrative side now. Okay. And then on your sales side, being able to duplicate it because you're going to have to train more people to allow you to scale. So you're going to have to train another salesperson so you can start duplicating revenue and eventually earn your way out of just the everyday sales grind that you're doing. So number one, get ready to become the best salesperson alive so that way you can make other salespeople. Andy started this business with Jackie. They found me and my brother. We were very unique. We already knew sales, but they trained us very specifically. If Andy couldn't sell his product, then neither could we. okay? Andy was really great at selling his product. So naturally, when we came along, it was very easy for us to sell his product because we learned it from him. Now I've trained an additional 70 team members, and now they're all out there doing their thing. And if we bring people in, we've got 14 new hires coming in next week. There's a process for them because now there's legacy leadership. Now these guys can train them. Now inside of our admin department, we've got all these different tech people. We've got copywriters. We've got this guy. We've got that guy. We have customer experience. We have all of these different things. Customer experience person is one that I would hire third. You know, you want to make sure that these customers, as they're coming in, that they do get a really good experience. And I'm going to break down a customer experience video because that's a whole nother video of what they would do in their job duties, but it's crucial. That was one of the things that I wish we did a little bit earlier, but you could do right away, okay? So these types of positions, you're gonna scale that out. It's gonna become bigger and bigger. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll go over our organizational structure and some of the future videos and different ways that you can hire them. You could also reach out to me and I can tell you who to hire, how to hire them, what to pay them, what not to pay them, the things that you're gonna not know and the things that you're gonna need to know. So, but if you do that, that's going to allow you to scale beyond your capacity. So listen, you're going to have to reinvest your revenue into the team to build that scalability. We invested a lot of the money back into ourselves, back into the building so that we could create the freedom of this business. You know, Andy's been in Dubai for like 6 months. He couldn't have done that if he didn't spend 3 years investing into the company, the buildings, the infrastructure, the team, the support, all of the knowledge and tools that we have. You're going to have to take a lot of that money. There's a lot of profits in the coaching world and invest them back into the business so you can truly scale. Step number 14, organize live events. This is where you create deeper relationships and higher value sales, okay? Our first event, it doesn't have to be some really freaking huge event. Our first event was at Andy and Jackie's house. It was with 40 people. It was $9.97 a seat. It took us 2 months. We got 40 people in the room. It was during COVID. We weren't even supposed to have anybody over at our house. The cops would come because they'd see all the cars outside and they'd be knocking on the door. We'd send Jackie out to go talk to them. And we just continued to keep rolling and doing our thing. But we would do then we started doing a seminar every single month. Why? Because if somebody came down and met us, and really experienced our energy, our mindset, our belief, how we lived, how we ran, if they experienced those things, then they would always be with us. They would grow the most. They would work out with us. They'd go to church with us, and they'd learn from us. And what we figured out was we could get 40 to 50 people every month in the room. And then at the end of it, we would say, hey, listen, if you want to continue to do X, Y, Z, here's a unique offer that you can do with us. And 90% of them would say, yeah. So that day became a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 day. Now we have $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 days because of those seminars when we have 400, 500, 600 people here that have been watching us online, that have been growing with our brand. They come down, they experience this. They're like, I've never seen anything like this. You should experience it too if you haven't. And when they do that, man, it creates a community and a camaraderie amongst your clients that most people just don't have. So if you haven't done an online event, don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be some like giant big ass event. Do them at your house. Make them profitable too so you can invest more money into that business. Don't go buy a bunch of crap and all this stuff. Feed them coffee and feed them lunch and have them at your house and give them the learning. That's what they're really there for. Use it as a lever to just build these deeper relationships with people, okay? And then just make sure that you have a premium offer ready to go for that event that makes sense to everybody. Step 15, make high ticket offers. This is where you create life-changing income, life-changing income. Create 25 to 50K group coaching programs or intensive offers. These are transformative, they're focused, they're high touch programs. Maybe you're with them a couple of times a week, you're in group chats with them, you're triaging problems with them, you have questions and answers days that you're going with them so that you can help them unstick these problems. Listen, in our high ticket coaching program, I mean, we have a 100K offer. They're able to get access to me. We're able to do a lot of different stuff with them. They're able to call me. We're able to triage a lot of these problems with them. They might spend $100,000 to get in that program, and that sounds maybe crazy to the average person. I can fix one problem that would create millions of dollars in their business. One problem. So it's really not. High-level people understand that. So high-level people, they're always going to be down to spend $25, $50, $200, $300, $400, $500,000. You know why? Because they know that these strategies will advance their life fast, and they're usually not the type of people that want to sit in line for years. Okay, so they understand. They understand. And they're actually a whole lot easier to sell than guys that want to spend $299. Guys that want to spend $299, I'm just telling you, you're gonna have to put a lot of work. I'm not telling you not to have a low ticket coaching program. We have those, but I'm just telling you, when you get into the upper echelon of people that actually will spend bigger money, it's because they have bigger real problems that you can really handle. When those problems get handled, they will continue to spend bigger money because they see the results that they're getting. And these types of people have paid for strategy before, and they know that strategy is something that will last your whole life. Like, they know that these strategies are opportunities to gain millions of dollars in knowledge. So honestly, it's not even a sacrifice. It's not a cost. It's just an investment that's going to go up later, and you're going to end up getting a lot out of it. So this is where coaches go from good income to life-changing income really quick. You have to have these high ticket offers. They will allow you to serve fewer clients at a much higher level, and it will create significant revenue for you. Okay. All right, guys. Now I know what you're thinking. That's a lot, man. Woo! That seems a little bit overwhelming. Where do I start? Here's the truth. Let me be real with you. What this journey requires in building a 6-figure a month coaching business isn't just about strategy. It's about the mindset that you're gonna need. This requires commitment. This requires persistence. This requires consistency. You're not just starting a side hustle. So many people treat it like that, and then they never get to experience the real impact that they could make if they really got serious. You're building a business that can change your life and the lives of millions of others. Treat it that way. This requires patience. You might make money quickly, but building a sustainable multiple 6-figure a month business takes time. Trust the process. This is a business. This is a life. You're going to have to treat it that way. And it's going to require all of those things that I talked about. You're going to face rejection. You're going to face setbacks. You're going to face challenges. You're going to face pressure. The coaches who succeed are the ones who keep going when others quit. This requires investment in yourself, in your education, and in your business. You can't build a multiple 6-figure a month company with a $100 mindset. Most importantly, this requires belief in you. This requires belief in your ability to help others, and belief that you deserve to build this business and the life of your dreams. You've got to see it, you've got to dream it, and you've got to believe it. Now, if that's you and you're a totally committed coach and you want to grow with me, and you're serious about building a multiple 6-figure a month business, if you want help implementing the entire system, I want you to know that we've been where you're at, and we've done what you're doing, and we've done it at the highest level. There's nothing that I can't help you with inside of your coaching program. Just in the last 3 months, over 100 coaches have come through the Elliott Group and completely transformed their coaching businesses from A to Z. There's not another company on the planet that's giving as much value to the coaching industry as we are, because we are one of the only ones that have actually done it. Okay? Don't listen to the people that are telling you how to build a team, but they don't have a team. Don't listen to the people that are telling you how to get clients, but they don't have clients. Don't listen to the people that are telling you how to do something that they're just not doing. And there's nobody in the world that has as much knowledge as us in this coaching business, because we are actually utilizing them every single day. If you're interested in it and you're totally committed to making a big impact in the world, just text me 480-780-2203. And also, you can join our community where you can get our new high ticket closures manual. You're seeing it on the screen. It's amazing. It's got 50 of the top closes. And also, I triage problems for coaching businesses in that community. Just click the link. You can get the book for free. It's right inside the community, along with high ticket closing videos, leadership videos, sales videos, a community that's growing. I'll see you in the next one.